Hello again. Today we'll be talking about waste and how much of it is present today. The first form of waste is nuclear. There are 103 nuclear reactors at 61 sites, which give about 20% of our nation's electricity. The nuclear materials used in the power plants and all the defense systems produce nuclear waste. The problems about this nuclear waste is, well, where to store it, as it is highly toxic and could take 1,000 years to lose its radioactivity. The U.S. is building a permanent dump site underground in Yucca, Nevada. In 2020, shipments were to begin, but in 2008 they were suspended. Our next form is toxic waste. Toxic waste is poisonous, cancer-causing chemicals. The U.S. produces about 44 billion pounds annually, which used to be dumped, which would pollute the soil and the ground. In December of 1970, the Environmental Protection Agency was set up, which created strict rules regarding dealing with toxic waste. There was a super fund, which was used as an insurance in case of leaks and or spills. Our last type of waste is solid waste. The U.S. throws out about 180 million tons of trash every year, which a lot of it's too much, and there's too little places to put it. There are about 3,091 active landfills in the U.S. The trash itself used to be burned or dumped into the ocean, which just created more forms of pollution. Recycling honestly seems like the only way we can help reduce the amount of trash we have. Now comes the question, how does it apply today? The U.S. produced about 251 million tons of trash, which about 87 million tons of it was composted, at about a 34.5% recycling rate. Statistics courtesy of the Environmental Protection Agency. Next, we move on to toxic waste. There are about 20,000 hazardous waste generators, and about 40 million tons of hazardous waste is regulated by the RCRA, the RCRA being the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act. Again, statistics courtesy of the Environmental Protection Agency. Our last topic are the plastic islands. In the Great Pacific, there is a huge garbage pack called, well, a plastic island. The plastic island itself is a collection of marine debris being litter that ends up in oceans, seas, and other large bodies of water. A lot of this accumulates because much of it isn't biodegradable. Most plastics actually break into smaller and smaller pieces. This information courtesy of the National Geographic.